Here's tonight's 9 at 9. A man killed in a San Antonio police officer-involved shooting. It happened on Five Palms Drive in Shoreview Place. According to Police Chief William McManus, the man was one of 3 approached by the officer about car burglaries in the area. At some point, one of the men and the officer got into a fight. The man took the officer's taser and used it on him. McManus says that's when the officer shot and killed the man. Venezuela's president says 2 Americans have been captured in a failed coup attempt. An address on state TV, Nicolas Maduro claimed their identification shows they work for Silvercorp, an American security company. The head of the company told the Washington Post the 2 Americans were captured on Monday, along with 6 Venezuelans, after launching an operation to infiltrate Venezuela. Turkish customs seized nearly 90,000 surgical and filtered masks stuffed into pillowcases at Istanbul's airport. Turkey has restricted the export of personal protective equipment during the coronavirus pandemic. According to Turkey's trade ministry, a subsequent sting operation led to the seizure of nearly $500,000 worth of equipment. 2 people were arrested. Hong Kong will begin to relax some of the social distancing measures starting Friday. Its chief executive, Carrie Lam, announced today that limits on gatherings will expand from 4 to 8 people starting May 8th. Groups of up to 8 people will also be allowed to sit together in restaurants, but will still have to enter with face masks and have their temperatures checked. Businesses will also be allowed to reopen, like gaming centers, theaters, beauty salons, and massage parlors. A new study shows that by the year 2070, billions of people will be living in a climate that's, quote, unsuitable for human life to flourish. According to an international team of archaeologists, ecologists, and scientists, if global warming continues unchecked, heat in some parts of the world will bring nearly unlivable conditions for up to 3 billion people. Cutting down on greenhouse gas emissions could cut that number in half, but they say it'd have to be done quickly. Take a look at this dash cam video out of Iowa. Several hay bales caught fire on a truck. Deputies say the hay will probably burn for a few days in this ditch, but we don't know how the fire started in the first place. Starbucks says it expects about 85% of its U.S. stores will be reopened by the end of the week. Dine-in service will still be off limits, but drive-through orders and orders made through the app or Uber Eats will be allowed. The company hopes to reopen 90% of its stores by June. Nike is donating thousands of sneakers to healthcare workers fighting COVID-19. The company has partnered with the nonprofit Good 360 to deliver 30,000 shoes to workers in Chicago, Los Angeles, Memphis, and New York. Sneakers are also being sent to hospitals across Europe. This student in Colombia is so committed to learning, he climbs a tree to connect to the public Wi-Fi to complete his assignments. Thomas Gutierrez is a systems engineering student who had to return to his parents' home during the pandemic. Moved by his ingenuity, his professor posted about him on social media. The university has now provided him with a laptop and router so he can study with both feet on the ground. To read more about these stories, head to ksat.com.